Jay here, Stretford, Paddock. This is the Paper Talk. As you can see, I'm in the studio, but it's not live. It's pre-recorded, but that shouldn't stop you getting involved in the chat and the comments and letting us know what you think about all the latest Manchester United news. Now, the big story, as you can see, there. United won Toney, Ivan Toney, the hot property, the one who's been banging in the goals, including a brace last night. He's apparently on Manchester United's radar. Now, this story's been doing the rounds for a couple of months, and it seems to be more fan-led. It seems to be people like myself, I've advocated it. I think Adam McCall has been championing him as well. And lots of other people, Manchester United fans online, have been saying, why don't we get Ivan Toney? He scores goals. He's Premier League proven. He probably wouldn't cost the earth because, yes, you're going to have to pay a bit of a premium for him. He's an English striker playing in the Premier League, but you should be able to do a deal with Brentford that isn't astronomical, not the 100 and 150 million quid type signings. However, there's never been anything too concrete, but it just seems to be a bit sort of, fans wanting it rather than anyone reporting it. There are some reports, though, more recently. Papers have started picking up on the story that Manchester United are looking at Ivan Toney potentially to come in and replace Cristiano Ronaldo when Ronaldo leaves. Now, this, I think, whisper it quietly, don't buy the Sun. I think this emanated from the Sun. I think this is one of the first papers that had it, which, okay, I don't really put much weight in what they say, but other websites have started running this story as well now, and it does seem to make a lot of sense. Ivan Toney, banging in goals all season, banging in goals last season, good on a dead ball situation, wouldn't cost the earth. There was reports earlier this week, well, I think it might have even been last week, back end of last week, I think we saw it in the Express and one or two other newspapers, that he was going to be offered a new deal because Brentford were keen to keep him and put a bit of a clause in case he wanted to leave. They were going to say, right, okay, I think his deal runs out in 2025. I think they were going to offer him an extension and say, look, we want to keep you long term and offer you a bit of a deal so that if you do leave, we get some money. So it kind of all makes sense that he could be a potential replacement for Cristiano Ronaldo and that he could be doable, gettable, shall we say, even if Brentford put a clause in. I don't expect Ivan Toney to be silly money. I think, if I just want to double check, I think he's 26, is he? Yeah, 26 years old. I don't want to say the term journeyman because it looks like he's just been here, there and everywhere, but he's been through the ranks and he's gone through the ranks and through the football pyramid. He's done very well. He's been, all the way down from League 2 with Northampton up to League 1 on loan with the likes of Wigan and Scunthorpe and Shrewsbury and Barnsley, then to Peterborough where he started absolutely smashing it. Brentford brought him into the Championship, smashed it there, 31 Championship goals in the one season he spent there, 12 Premier League goals last season, 8 Premier League goals so far this season in 10 appearances. Those are fantastic numbers. He's on the verge of doing big things as well. There's talk of him going to the World Cup with England. Wouldn't surprise me if that happened. I think he deserves it. I think if you're going to pick informed players, which is what Gareth Southgate said he was going to do, then they don't get much more in form than Ivan Toney. An absolute gem, should we say? Yeah? Banging in goals, won't cost the earth. 26 years old, so he's getting towards his peak. He's done his rip. He's earned his right to go to a big club, and they don't come much bigger than Manchester United Football Club. So we'll keep you posted on that one. It's one to keep an eye on. A few papers picking up on it, or, whisper it quietly, don't mind the Sun. And one or two other websites as well. I've seen it doing the rounds. A lot of fans seem to be on board with this one. I certainly am. Get involved in the chat and the comments and let us know what you think. Obviously, if Ronaldo leaves, we're going to need to replace him. Now, Ivan Toney, his wages aren't going to be anywhere near what Cristiano Ronaldo's are. So you're going to save money on wages. You're going to have to pay some money, though, to bring him to Manchester United Football Club. Nothing concrete has been said yet about what sort of fee. I'm guessing, and it's just a guess. So please get involved in the chat and the comments and let us know what you think. I think you could probably get him around the 60 million quid mark. He's 26 years old. He's not a kid. And let's face facts, he's having a good spell. He's only had 1 and a bit seasons in the Premier League. So this isn't someone who's 22 years old who's spent 3 seasons, playing at the very highest level and smashed it. This is a guy who's done very well, but his next contract, his next 4 or 5 year deal is probably going to be the last big one he gets. So with those things in mind, I expect a deal could be done. We'll have to wait and see, though. He may have other suitors as well, because if he carries on scoring goals the way he's been scoring goals, Manchester United are not going to be the only sort of deal in town. I expect other clubs to look at him, but the latest reports are that Ivan Toney could be heading to Manchester United if it's going to happen. And Ronaldo leaves. I know Ronaldo leaves going to happen. I don't know Ivan Toney. When Ronaldo leaves, he's been earmarked as a potential successor to Cristiano Ronaldo. Just quickly on, I'm going to mention this because it's doing the rounds, and then I'm going to move on. The stories this morning about, I know they said Ivan Toney, now forgive me. Also, just on one thing on Ivan Toney, I don't know if you saw his tweet. He got racially abused yesterday, and he screenshotted the racist abuse and posted it on his socials and said that he was angry. Now, fair play to him. Call it out, man. It's horrible to see. And there's a part of me that thinks, you know what, just ignore and block him. Don't, amplify it. But I've got nothing against people who've been abused, racially abused, highlighting who's done it and calling them out because it's disgusting. It shouldn't be happening. And, he shouldn't be having waking up to that nonsense, disgusting nonsense by morons. So fair play to him. Just quickly, the story's doing the round about Mason Greenwood this morning. Apparently, I think this is pretty much, I think he was trending this morning, and there's stories in a couple of the newspapers that he's been arrested on suspicion of breaching his bail conditions after he contacted alleged victim. Again, I think is it the Mail? I think is it the Mail? Alexi ran this. The Sun. Sorry, it's the Sun again. Sorry about this. Oh yeah, and it's in the Mail. Listen. Honestly, it's an ongoing investigation. You can see the story yourself. You can go and check it out. I'm not going to comment on it because I don't want to prejudice any investigation. I think you can give the facts. The facts are, as far as we know anyway, been reported that he's been arrested for breaching his bail conditions. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But I think we can save our opinion, or certainly on the channel, we can save our opinions and any conjecture at this point in time, regardless of what we may think, for another date, because it's an ongoing investigation. The last thing I want to do is prejudice any investigation. So that's an update on the Mason Greenwood situation. You've had an update on the Ivan Toney situation. We've got a documentary coming out on the Glazers this afternoon, so make sure you check that out. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. I've been Motty. Thanks for watching.